Good morning, students. Happy Friday. Welcome to our class meeting. We're continuing our discussion about integrity. We're also continuing a discussion about point of view that we're doing in our regular language arts class. So I want to combine both of those today in our read aloud. This is from a series of retold fairy tales that take the opposite point of view of the one that's usually taken. So this is called Trust Me, Jack's Beanstalk Stinks. And it says down here the story of Jack and the Beanstalk as told by the giant. So normally we hear Jack's point of view when we hear Jack and the Beanstalk. This time we're going to hear the giant's point of view. As we listen to the giant's point of view, I want you to think about whether or not Jack is a person of integrity, not just in this retelling, but in the normal retelling as well, the regular one. People think it's easy being a giant. You get to be rotten, grumpy, and loud. You're big and tough and you have gobs of treasure, and nobody tells you to behave. Giant life is no picnic, though. It's hard to find shoes that fit. My knees hurt from the weight of my huge body, and I'm always hungry. Always. But the worst thing? Humans. Humans are a part of a balanced giant breakfast. But when you're not eating them, they're a real pain. Sometimes they laugh at me behind my back. They call me stinky and fatso. They ring my doorbell and run away. Ha ha. Very funny. So here the giant is sharing some of his point of view, what it's like to be a giant. This boy named Jack was extra bold. He came up through the clouds one day while I was out gathering a small breakfast. He tricked my wife into feeding him, then hid inside my house. I mean, come on. Would he hide inside a human's house? That's a crime. Good point, Giant. Well, he didn't trick me. I could smell him. He smelled delicious. Maybe you still smell that kitty casserole from supper last night. Fee, fi, fo, fum, I said in giant. And this means something like, go on home now. I promise I won't eat you. But he stayed in his hiding place, the little rat. After breakfast, I took a nap like I always do. Eating makes me tired. And when I did, Jack stole a bag of gold. Humans, nutritious and sneaky. Sometime later, Jack came back again, and again. He tricked my wife into letting him inside. When I came home from picking up a light breakfast, I could smell him. I knew who it was. Maybe you still smell that little dude's stew from supper last night. Fee, fi, fo, fum, I yelled. This can also mean, give me back my gold and we'll call it even. I definitely won't eat you. But it didn't come out. Just like before, I ate my meal and tried to forget about Jack. I relaxed with my goose, the one that lays golden eggs. Soon, I took a little snooze. Of course, that pesky boy couldn't let a guy rest. You know what he did? He stole my goose. The lousy, no-good, miserable thief. The last time Jack came around, I called out, fee, fi, fo, fum. This can mean, darn it, I really am angry now. My wife and I searched, but I couldn't find him. I kept looking, but soon I got hungry. Big surprise. After breakfast, I enjoyed some lovely music. My golden harp sang to me, and the sound was even sweeter than boyberry pie. I rested my eyes a bit. I'd finally forgotten about Jack. The next thing you know, my harp is calling, Master, Master! Jack was running off with it, and I thundered after. I almost caught up to them, too, but they disappeared into the clouds. And there it was, a big beanstalk. Jack was climbing down it. Well, I'm a smart guy. I know a dangerous thing when I see it. I didn't want to go down there, no way, but my harp called out again. So I went down, down. That stalk was wobbly, but I kept going. The beanstalk shook once, twice, and then toppled over. Jack had chopped it with an axe. I fell and broke my crown. That's an old-fashioned way of saying I whacked my head real good. Even if you're a big, tough giant, that hurts. My wife said I should forget about Jack, but sometimes I still look through the hole in the clouds. Jack and his mother got rich selling golden eggs. They fattened up nicely, and Jack got married. My golden harp sang at the wedding. It was a lovely party. I'll tell you one thing. Someday, when my crown feels better, I'm going down there to get my stuff back. Maybe I'll grab lunch while I'm there, too. So that was Jack and the Beanstalk from the giant's point of view. What kind of person is Jack? Does he have integrity? I think normally when the story of Jack and the Beanstalk is presented, Jack's actions in stealing the goose and stealing the harp is excused because the giant rather, is mean and eats humans. So because he's a mean character, it's okay that Jack treats him badly, that Jack steals his things. It's excused. But when you have integrity, you do the right thing no matter what. When you have an integrity, you treat people nicely, even when they're not so nice. So today's journal question right here in your next available page in your journal. April 3rd, have you ever treated someone nicely even when they didn't deserve it? How did you feel? So think about that. When's the time that you treated someone nicely even though the person you were treating nicely maybe was kind of mean that day, or maybe they struggled to be nice most of the time? Think about that, because that's a time when you were showing integrity. You were doing the right thing no matter what. All right, we'll see you later today at 10:45 for language arts. We'll talk more about integrity there. See you soon. Bye.